Dark Podcast, episode 89. And today we are gonna talk about the movie The Stepfather from 2009, which is a remake of the earlier Stepfather, who I don't remember the year it came from.
1987, I think.
Yeah, 1987.
Yeah,
And
1987.
And as you have already heard, with me today we have Joseph
Hello.
and we have Blue.
Yo!
But before we jump into anything, how do everyone feel today, this morning?
I'm a zombie.
Fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hadn't slept any.
Yeah, I haven't slept yet.
I haven't
it's gonna be
slept
long.
yet either because I've been at work. I came home like 5 minutes ago, so we are recording on a different time than we usually do our recordings. So
And
Yeah.
I feel fantastic because I woke up an hour ago because I get to sleep in today because I have night shift.
Yeah, but here's the deal. No one cares, Joseph. No one cares.
about what?
That you've been working all night. No one cares.
Fuck you.
No, I'm good. Thanks. Thanks for offering, though.
I just one thing before we go into reason the scene. I think I talk on your behalf as well, guys. I just want to thank the new subscribers because there's been plus 10 new subscribers since I think 2 weeks ago or something.
Yeah, about the past 2 weeks, we have been like the subs has been raining in, and we could not be happier.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw out a thank you to the new
Is that
subs
alien?
and our
But very
new.
nice.
Huh?
It's very alien to get so many in such a short amount of time compared
Yeah.
to earlier, but it's
And
very appreciated.
yeah, and our Mama episode has skyrocketed for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much, everyone who listens
Like
to
we
us.
want to thank both the new people and everyone that's been hanging around for fuck from the beginning. Like,
Yeah, don't think we forgot about you.
yeah, it's pretty fucking poggers that y'all are here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
and the fact that you stick around,
Yeah,
that's the coolest part.
yeah. Considering that. Yeah.
But yeah,
Considering what?
Considering Joseph is here.
Well,
With all
I can't
this,
leave, you know.
With all these wrong opinions.
no,
I'm
but
always
all our
right.
background information
will
go.
always be right.
No.
We're not gonna start this again, guys. Please.
Yeah, well,
I'm not-
we are on a sort of a time schedule here, so
Also, the fact that I don't want two tired ass people argue over a movie that we already argued an hour about last time. please.
Yeah. Zombies is like, it's too early for this shit.
It is.
you guys shut the hell up. Let's move on.
What have you watched recently? Tell me. I need to know.
I can go first. I've only watched The Walking Dead. I finished up season 8. I haven't started on season 9 yet. But I did rewatch the intros and trailers on the what's it called? Video Nasty Censorship Hysteria. No, videotapes. Something. It's a
Wait for it.
documentary about the video
It's like
nasties.
censorship.
Yeah, it's the documentary about the video nasties lists in the UK during the 80s. You watched some of it a couple of years back, Blue.
Yeah. I
Um,
know.
but I started to rewatch the intros and for the trailers where a couple of authors and journalists like Kim Newman, amongst others, does a intro for each trailer, and I was just watching the intros. I just skipped by the trailers because I've seen the trailers about 100 times already.
Mm.
Um, but besides that, I haven't watched anything besides that really.
Hmm. I finished Bones for the third time, and I pulled my thumb out of my ass and finished Criminal Minds. I had 2.5 seasons left when I took a break because it's like 15 seasons is a lot to binge watch. And like, I definitely fell in love with the show, but 15 seasons in one go is a lot, even for me. So it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
no, I need a break. So I picked up watching Bones since I've already watched it once, and no, once. I watched it twice already, and I loved it. I didn't like the way they ended the show, but I mean, they got ended somehow.
Yeah. Like, was it a planned ending or was it just now we gotta end this series?
They
because we
definitely
didn't get-
planned it. Like like it felt very planned, but at the same time it felt a bit spontaneous. But the character development over the time over the show showed a lot in the ending, like the last few episodes.
Yeah.
So overall, it was, yeah. I highly like if you like crime drama. I highly recommend it. It's really great. Other than that, I started watching Dexter for the fourth time.
Mm.
Mm.
I'm almost done with season one, actually.
Yeah, that's a series that you really can binge.
Yeah.
Even if you have already seen it, you can just binge it straight through, really.
Yeah, it's a very easy watch. It's a good time.
Mm.
Like, no matter how many times you watched it, it's still a good time just putting it on. And it's kind of like Friends. You can put it on and just have it rolling and you don't really have to care about it.
Mm.
However,
Are you
yeah.
looking forward to the latest season?
I don't know. I'm enjoying Dexter, but I don't know. It's something about, I don't know if it's like the quality of the camera or whatever. It kind of puts me off to it, and it is not as good as I want to remember it being. But I was also 16, 17 when I watched it the first time, and I think I was 20 the second or third time. So, I mean, my taste has developed and changed a lot since I watched it last.
Well,
Yeah.
I think you will enjoy the new season,
Yeah.
Dexter New Blood.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not that big of a fan of the whole like the whole thing the industry is going around with, like milking content, like, oh, this show was popular X amount of years ago, let's revive it. And it's like, but why?
Well,
Yeah.
they just revived it to undo the ending of season 8. So it's not they aren't really milking the series. It's more like
In this specific case, it's just trying to unfuck the situation.
sort of.
But
Um,
in the majority of cases, it's as Blue says.
yeah,
I would say.
yeah. I'm not saying she's wrong, but I won't go into any details. But sorta is my
I mean,
answer.
it's like the whole thing with that they're releasing another Buzz Lightyear movie several years after Buzz Light. Like when we were kids, for reference, we're 25, 26, and 35. Like when we were kids, Buzz was a big deal. And I mean, now they pumped out.
The first Toy Story came out when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's like now they've pumped out 4 Toy Story plus I believe it is 2 or 3 short movies, which are
There is a Buzz Lightyear cartoon as well.
Yeah.
I think,
there is.
which
Yeah.
ran for like 2 or 3 seasons or something.
No, it actually only ran for 1, I believe. I'm gonna double check this. Lightyear of Star Command. Yeah, only 1 season. But no, wait. No, I might be wrong here. Let's see.
Like, it feels unnecessary, but at the same time, it is, from what I see, it's a new take by bringing it like, this is how Buzz Lightyear became Buzz Lightyear, I think. I haven't seen the trailers with sound, so I'm not 100% sure.
2 seasons. The first one was 49 episodes, and the second one was only 12 episodes.
Wow.
Kind of sucks. 'Cause in my honest opinion, I really liked the TV show of Buzz Lightyear. What's it called?
Wasn't it released when you were a kid?
Yeah, it was
think so.
2000s to 2001. I was 5.
Something like that.
Yeah, but I mean they rerun that shit to death and back. Like every day on Disney Plus, not Disney Plus, Disney Channel, you could see Buzz Lightyear. Which I mean, like I don't mind it at all. Like
I think,
like I fucking enjoyed it
yeah.
as a kid, but I mean, it is what
I
it is.
think they later moved it to where all Disney series die, which is Disney XD,
Oh yeah,
which is basically the same way of telling you, like, oh, this series gonna die soon. This one is
yeah,
left.
it's like
What's Disney XD?
so. There was Disney Channel, Disney XD, and Disney Kids. There was several different Disney channels where
I think about Disney Junior.
yeah, and Disney Junior. Like, I think it started Disney Junior and then changed to Disney Kids or something like that.
Yeah.
That was for like really small kids, like 6 years
I
old.
think Disney XD was supposed to be honed into all those hip kids, you know?
Yeah, but
Okay.
You know, going like, hello, fellow teenagers.
yeah, then they like moved all the old shows, like the ones we grew up on, to
Okay.
Disney XD, and took in like new things on Disney Channel.
And usually, what started to become a thing was like, you started a series on Disney Channel, and then when it moved to XD, it only lived for like,
Maybe a season.
yeah, it only continued the season that it started. Usually, like that is what
Yeah.
happened to, I think, Star versus the Forces of Evil, as well as Gravity Falls
Yeah,
too.
a lot of shows went on to Disney XD and died. Very sad, but I mean, it's
So
what it
so
is.
it felt like if you want your show to continue, stay on Disney or Disney channels. Otherwise, we'll punish you by moving you to Disney XD
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
And for all of you listeners who came here to listen to us talking about horror movies, it's coming. Just fast forward 10 minutes.
Pretty much.
But
But yeah, okay, I've never heard of Disney XD. That's why I asked what
Oh
it was.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, don't worry about it. It's it,
I'm probably 15 years too old to know what it is. So
Maybe.
no, I would say that you're probably 10 years too old, actually.
5 to 10 years old.
Yeah.
old.
Disney Plus, no, not Disney XD and everything. They took over like when Jetix died.
Yeah.
Jetix died. Disney basically took over completely.
With Disney XD.
Yeah. So it's just like to me, the fact that they're like quote unquote reviving Dexter into a new season is very much to me like they're milking the content, and I don't really appreciate that, even if it's been X amount of years since Dexter ended. And to me, in my opinion, okay, so if you haven't watched Dexter yet, you're really fucking late. You should go watch it right now. Pause this, come back when you have watched like the first season or something.
Okay. See you later. Bye. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
I'll come back later.
hold your ears, zombie.
Like I think the ending of Dexter, like the complete finish of the series, was good enough. Like I don't need like their way of reviving it.
A lot of people hated the ending, but I think it was fitting for the character.
Yeah, definitely.
But I have seen the new season and I loved it up until a certain point. I won't say when, but it felt like they kind of shat the bed at that point with the new season. If they had done it a bit different in the new season, they could have made another season. You will understand what I mean when you're watching it. But yeah, I can agree. It wasn't the best ending in the world in season 8, but like I said, it was a fitting ending to the character.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Like, they didn't need to make it complicated or like finish the character itself. The way they ended it, it's fine. Leave it at that. Don't fucking milk it. But Hollywood is like, oh, we have to milk absolutely fucking everything because we're fucking asshats. It's like, oh, fuck off. But yes, I've started Dexter again. Cause something has told me like I should rewatch it because it's a good show, and I was like, you know what, I might as well. Cause I mean they have removed Friends from Netflix, so gotta watch something.
Yeah.
I also started rewatching Beastars. I watched like 2 or 3 episodes. Still enjoying the shit out of that. Brain go brrrr. Yeah. So last night, first day, was date night, and so we decided to watch a movie. However, we decided to watch I think it's a Disney movie actually. I'm not 100% sure. It might be Pixar. Either or. It's called The Bad Guys.
Hmm.
It's from this year, actually. I think. It was great. It's like the big bad wolf.
Actually, it's neither.
Huh?
It's Universal.
Oh, okay then. But yeah, like it's a big bad wolf. He's a bad guy. Ooh, and moral of the story is don't be a bad guy. Uh, if
Sounds like a great movie. I need to go and watch it right away.
yes.
Is it like Hoodwinked?
How do no. It's more child friendly.
Oh, okay. I need to rewatch Hoodwink, but I remember it being really fucking funny.
I rewatched it not that long ago. I am actually just kind of like disappointed in it because I wanted to remember it to be like super good. Yeah. Then I remember I'm old. I was a kid when I watched it. I have different.
If you're old, what the fuck am I then?
Ancient.
You're
Oi.
dead.
Touch it, you.
You're fossil. No, but it's like the typical like quote unquote evil characters like snake, shark.
Yeah.
What's that weird spider that everyone thinks is bad?
Tarantula.
Yeah. And they're doing bad guy stuff and yada 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 yada. It was good. It was a good time. It's like if you have kids, they should watch it. It's good. It's good. Yes, it's good. And if you're like Joseph, you shouldn't watch it.
Hmm.
What? What have I done? You know, I do watch kids' movies from time to time.
Yeah, sure.
I do.
Sure. But yeah, no, so... Yeah, that's all I've watched, 'cause
Speaking of kids' movies, by the way, Blue,
Uh-huh.
have you seen... what the fuck is that one called? All Dogs Go to Heaven.
God, that was one of my favorite movies as a kid. There's two of them. I own the second movie on VHS.
You do?
I do.
I only own the first one on DVD. I never seen the second one.
We rented it, and it was when Blockbuster, or our Blockbuster, I should say, were going like they were going away from VHS, so they were selling off their VHS copies.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so when we're going to rent it, they're like, "Oh yeah, no, you can keep it." And I was the happiest fucking kid in the world. I kid you not. I still cry like a bitch when I watch them because man, that's some emotional movies, but they're fucking good.
Yeah, I love the first one. It's one of my favorite childhood movies.
Yeah, it's just it's a bit close to home sometimes.
It is.
It's good movies, and like if you have kids and you haven't watched All Dogs Goes to Heaven, you should watch them. They're probably on the internet somewhere. They're great. They're emotional roller coasters, but they're like
I don't think the smallest childs should watch it. Like 7-year or 8-year-olds could watch it, but I mean, 3 or 4-year-olds
they're
would
gonna
probably
be
think, they probably would be scared of it because there are some
Yeah, the first one
stuff in there.
especially, it has its moments where it's a little bit much.
Yeah, it has a very trippy feel to it.
Yeah.
So
I think the second one is slightly, quote unquote, kinder to younger kids, but I don't remember completely. Because I mean,
I think Charlie Sheen does the voice for Charlie in that movie. In the sequel, Burt Reynolds does the voice for Charlie in the first one, I think.
yeah. Looking at it, let's see. Yeah, Burt Reynolds is the voice for Charlie. All dogs goes to heaven too. Yeah, Charlie Sheen is the voice for Charlie.
Yeah.
In the sequel. Oh man, I need to rewatch that. It's such fucking good movies.
Yeah.
I have to bully Gray into watching them with me because he hasn't never watched them. But yeah, they're good movies. But like Josef said, if you have kids under the age of 7, they shouldn't watch them. It's yeah, no, they're fucking great. But yeah, I haven't watched. Oh fuck yeah! I haven't really watched anything besides that because I wanted to finish up Criminal Minds. I'm a little bit annoyed because I started watching it first, and I bought our mom, mine and Joseph's mom, Criminal
The box
Minds for the box set for Christmas, and she finished it before I did.
She did?
How dare she?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's that, bruh. Yeah. But then again, our mother had knee surgery this winter.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, she was watching a fuckload of TV shows. I believe she even rewatched the Ghost Whisperer, I think it's called.
Yeah, with Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah. I need to get around to watching that because that one is actually kind of good.
Yeah.
We've seen a couple of episodes here and there when I've been watching TV. It's okay.
Yeah,
Same.
it's like it's a little bit drama. It's a little bit spoopy. It's a good time. Yeah.
It's a bit of everything.
Yeah. It's a good mishmash. As it should be. Yeah. No. So how about we do the synopsis and the trailer before Zombie has to go to work?
Before that, I just want to mention that last week, while my sister helped me paint, and while we waited for said paint to dry to add another layer, she forced me to watch at least 2 episodes of a new series she has honed in on,
Okay.
which is named Kin Porsche, or Porsche, which is a Taiwanese, or it's a series from Thailand, which can be summarized easiest for crime, comedy, and gay mafia, basically.
Gay Mafia. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought like that is a turn I didn't think it was gonna take.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be some like really weird or fucked up brain fuck. Yes.
And yeah, something I have come to realize is that people in Thailand has, not to be mean to the country, but they have very odd names in that they have regular English words as names, or simply as names that they are like called by as nicknames. But they are like given nicknames very early in life and go by them. So some of the actors' names are Bible and barcode.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Fuck.
one of the directors are named Pepsi.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think it's their legal names, but that is what they call themselves and each other.
Okay, so
And one-
Blue's old dog has directed a TV series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
And
she-
also one of the characters in the series, which is part of the title of it, is Porsche, as in the car brand.
Oh, okay.
It's just very interesting to hear and see, like, how about that? And after a while, it sounds natural, but when you come back to it after a while, it's like, wait a second,
like, really?
that's Bible. But yeah, it's very dramatic at times, but also very funny at times.
How the
But
fuck
yeah.
did she find that?
I don't know. She just finds things. Because it's on a site I've never seen before. She's amazing in that regard. And it was simply while she was waiting for the new series of Young Royals. Because it's like a few years since the first season came out now.
She might have been watching it on a so there is a website where they where you can see all over the world Taiwanese and Asian soap operas.
IQIYI.
Yeah. I remember seeing that because yes.
Yeah. But other than that, which is, I was just very proud of having something to watch.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yes.
It doesn't happen that often, okay? Give me this.
No,
please.
it's good that you have something for a reason to see. It was, yeah.
Refreshing.
It was like 30
I'm just
episodes
gonna
last
pick up-
time.
I'm just gonna pick up my jaw from the floor.
But yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
the way you're like, hold your horses. I actually have something.
Yeah.
Don't disregard me just yet. I'm an outlier this time. But yeah,
Okay.
other
So
than that, yep,
yeah, trailer.
yeah.
Okay, so here is the trailer for the Stepfather remake from 2009.
30 minutes in.
Still can't believe my mom didn't come to the airport.
She has some things to do.
You met this guy?
He seems cool.
Seems like she's rushing into things.
At least you have me. I got something to show you. Oh, I'm so happy to have you home. Michael, this is David.
Good to finally meet you. Your return makes us complete. Family is the most important thing.
Give it a chance. Before you go and do something stupid.
Like what?
Getting sent back to military school?
We're gonna put this family back together. You and me, father and son. Stepfather. Stepfather.
What do you guys think of him? Do you like him?
He's nice. Yeah, he takes us to the movies and stuff.
Watch it, watch it.
Your mom says you don't want to see me. No, Dad, I'm not the one who left.
You're just a little freaked out that your mom's marrying a stranger.
On TV, I saw this woman who drove off a bridge with her 3 kids.
Maybe they disappointed her.
Mrs. Cutter, how are you? Did you happen to see America's Most Wanted last night?
What'd she want?
She had seen the story about this killer, and the police sketches look just like you.
Great, this will make me a hit with the neighbors.
You got him in. It kind of looks like him.
It could be anybody. Didn't you close your door?
People might get the wrong idea about her.
What do you suppose people think about you moving in with my mother?
What's going on?
The old woman across the street, she fell down her stairs and broke her neck.
John, turn that down now!
Mother said, turn it down.
Have a great day.
If you ever lay a hand on one of my kids again,
I was just trying to show him a little discipline.
what do you even know about this guy, huh? He's hiding something.
It doesn't mean he's a killer.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna find out what's in those storage cabinets.
Thought I could make this work. But you can't. I thought you could be Mrs. Grady Edwards. What are you doing, Kelly?
What did you say?
No. Who am I here?
Michael Harding returns home from military school to find his mother, Susan, happily in love, living with her new boyfriend, David. As the two men get to know each other, he becomes more and more suspicious of the man who is always there to help. So yeah.
So
Blue.
I straight up thought you were gonna say David and his suicide mom. I'm like,
What?
I don't know. I'm tired as shit. Don't.
But what did you think of the movie?
I thought so. So I've watched this movie.
I think you saw this with me shortly after it was released. Because I have a small memory of us watching the Stepfather movies together.
Yeah, but I've also watched it several times on my own. Because
Oh, okay.
I have like, I'm the kind of person who's like, oh, I remember that title. That was a great movie. Was it a great movie? No. 9 times out of 10, no. This one, however, I think this is the 7th time I watched it.
Oh God. Okay.
Let's see here. So, what's his face? What's his pretty face? There he is. So I had to pull it up on IMDb. The guy playing Michael Penn Badgley. I'm butchering his last name. He is also in the Netflix adaptation of You, where he plays a stalker. And he is a great fucking actor. Granted, he's like 10 years younger and he is definitely less experienced in this movie, but he's still a fucking piece of eye candy to watch.
It's also in Jan Tucker Must Die.
Oh yeah, he's great in that one too.
Did you guys, by the way, recognize Susan, the woman who played Susan?
I have a vaguely I know her face, but I can't pinpoint from where.
Her name is Selah Ward. She played Stacey Warner in House MD. House's ex-wife.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was so long ago since I watched House AMD.
Yeah. Well, when I was watching this movie, I was like, where the hell have I seen her? And I was thinking about it throughout the entire film, and towards the end I was like, oh shit, it's House MD.
So, like, I think this is a great movie. I honestly want to say like this. I like this movie more compared to the original, but here's the keyword here, but I believe that in the original movie, when he gets when he starts mixing up who he is, like who he has told this woman that he is.
Yeah, when he starts to slip.
Yeah. I believe that in the original, they portray it so much better. Like, they could definitely have put in more effort into the, I thought you were gonna be the perfect wife of X, Y, and Z. And she's like, who the fuck are you talking about? Like, yeah, like, huh?
I think Dylan Walsh as the stepfather in this remake is good. but I prefer Terry O'Quinn's performance in the original and the first sequel, especially in the
Yeah.
original when, like you said, Blue, when he's starting to snap,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Who am I here?"
Yeah.
The line delivery in the original is better.
10 times better.
Yeah, it's better than in this remake, but
Yeah.
the performance of Dylan Walsh is good, but he had really big shoes to fill after
Yeah.
Terry O'Quinn.
Oh yeah. If
And also that little
Hmm?
whistling quip he had when he
Yeah.
that he always carried with him from persona to persona.
Yeah, he was whistling Old MacDonald Had a Farm.
Yeah. I really
Um,
missed it in this movie because it felt very iconic for the stepfather.
I think like if they like if the stepfather in 2009 wouldn't had to fill the shoes of such a good actor in the original, this one would have been really good.
Yeah.
But it's like his performance is good, but like Joseph said, it's very big shoes to fill. And those are some like yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I think the acting in this movie is better than in the original, besides Terry O'Quinn. Terry O'Quinn was really fucking good in the original, while the others in the movie were very hit and miss.
Yeah.
While in this movie, everyone does a really good job. But if you compare Walsh to O'Quinn, it's it's not really fair to Walsh to compare him to O'Quinn's performance, you know.
If you would have put O'Quinn into this movie, I think that would have made a great original movie. Because something I like about this is that the fact that Michael is quote unquote like the main character here. Like he is the one noticing that the stepdad is slipping up. Like he is wrong. Like talking about his quote unquote dead daughter and misnaming her. And he's actually like snapping up on that. Like, oh, but you said that her name was this, and he's like, oh no, it's this name. And I'm sorry, but it's such an ugly combination of names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mike is like, what the fuck is that kind of name?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of sensible father names their kid that?
It's like parents today.
Michael should have asked, did you hate her?
Oh my god, yes. What's it called? It's like parents today that, oh, I want to name my kid something unique. Oh, I'm gonna name her Pillow. Like, what?
Yeah.
Do you actually love your child? I'm sorry, but did you just have this child out of spite or something?
Like, you are basically setting up your child to be bullied. Sure,
Yeah.
kids shouldn't bully, but knowing that they will, don't make it easier for them.
Like, please pick a generic name like Jessica or Michael.
Yeah, someone wanted to name their child Rifle.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys hear what Elon Musk wanted to name his child? But it was gonna be pronounced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He was relentlessly... The man himself was relentlessly bullied for that. Not even the child who was not born yet.
The fucking internet bullied him into submission. It's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just like, who the fuck would name their child that? Like, you cannot say with a straight face that you love your child if you name them something like that. was like
Yeah.
Lisa Michelle or Michelle Lisa or something.
I think it was Lisa something. I can't remember the other name, but it was definitely Lisa.
I like how we talk about how much we hate the name combination, yet no one remembers the name combination. That was that.
Yeah, but it was
was.
really odd name combination.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa Michelle.
Yeah, Lisa Michelle.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
looked
that
it up.
sounds right.
Wow.
It's like Michelle is a pretty name, Lisa is a pretty name, but if you combine them, it's just like I'm sorry, but if you double name your child, I'm pretty sure you fucking hate your child.
He could just have said that it was a middle name that they used to call her sometimes, depending on her mood. Or something.
Yeah, that would work. But yeah, no, my statement on double names is if you double name your child, I'm pretty sure you fucking hate your child. Like,
Unless it's a very generic one that works. Like in Sweden we have one like Jon Erik.
nah, still ugly as fuck. I'm pretty sure you hate your child.
Okay. Wow. Alright.
But yeah, no, it's just like my personal opinion. I like the movie. Like I said, the dad need to be changed out, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it's like Joseph said, he has big shoes to fill.
I kind of like that when Walsh's character is supposed to be this really kind type of guy, you know.
Yeah.
When he's acting like he's this super cool kind dude, it works really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when he's supposed to snap and become this psychotic serial killer, it kind of it kind of falls flat. Did you guys, by the way, notice that the movie was the murders were very
Bloodless.
yes,
Very lackluster.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Stepfather movies are slasher movies essentially.
Yeah.
So why the fuck did they make the remake a PG-13 movie?
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you're gonna make a slasher movie, it needs to have blood.
I would
Yeah.
say it's most likely because like it was made in 2009.
Well, you got the Halloween remake in 2007, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake in 2003, and the Friday the 13th remake the same year, as well
I
as
feel
the remake of It's Alive, which we don't talk about, but still there were blood in those movies, so I get that they wanted to get more asses into the seats at the cinema, of course. But still, it's a remake of an R-rated movie as well as a slasher. So,
anyways,
keep it
I feel
on.
like
so anyways, we're gonna talk about Keep It Alive, as Joseph was talking about. Like,
It's Alive.
It's a
It,
yeah.
it's a terrible fucking movie, and I'm talking about the remake, not the original from the 70s.
yeah. I feel like there was only one kill that worked, being not bloody. I feel like the rest could have been as bloody as they wanted to, but when he murdered the cat lady, it made sense that it wasn't bloody to make it look like an accident and not a murder.
Yeah.
And that one was explainable, understandable. Yes, the other ones that were like hidden and you wouldn't have like clocked it as him because it was in the late stages, make them bloody or even extra bloody because of the non-bloody kill.
I mean, like that he killed like the kid's actual dad, and hid his body in the basement. Like, granted, no one really went down into the basement, but body starts to smell really fast if they're not.
It was in the It was in the freezer, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, didn't he like? I thought he stuffed him in the cabinet at first.
No.
It was the bag.
Yeah.
Huh.
His bag was in the cabinet all
Alright,
the
okay.
time.
I'll
The
get
rest of the body
screenshots.
was in the freezer.
Yeah, scratch
Mistakes were done.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah, it's okay. What did you guys think of the climax of the film and the ending?
Too
Could have
many
been
people
better.
survived.
Yeah, could have been better. I didn't really like that they left it open for a sequel. Because like, oh, the original did so well, so hey, let's make it open for a sequel that they never made.
Yeah.
Because
But isn't that also kind of the way the first Stepfather movie ended?
The first one ended in a way that they didn't leave the door open for a sequel. They basically killed off the character, but
Yeah,
in
right.
in
And
part
then
two, they bullshitted their way out to
say he
to-
survived.
yeah
and
to
he's in
get
jail.
to get O'Quinn back as the stepfather.
Yeah.
And they ended part two as well with him dying, but they bullshitted their way out of that as well in the third movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I personally think that the climax and the ending is a lot better in this remake than in the original.
I mean, like,
Because I mean, the character is so smart that he avoids getting caught by the police and FBI and everyone. And he should get away at the end. And I don't really care if they left the door open for a sequel, which they did in this movie. But I think the ending is a bit more fitting to his character.
Yeah, to him just like, that was a minor fuck up. Let's continue the cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did actually like that. That it was open in the sense that you could make more sequel, but it was also open in the way that it doesn't necessarily need an ending. The character survived, and the murder goes and continues what we already know he will do.
Yeah.
Because we've already seen it. And so it's just a continuous loop otherwise.
Yeah.
That happens.
A sequel isn't necessary, but it's still open-ended.
Yeah. So it's an open ending that works, because some open endings is like, this is so obvious that they only want to make a sequel of it. And things like this, yeah, they work, but still it felt like a bit too good happy feels for the good characters that all of them survived. Like, sure, Michael got in a coma for like a few days or a month.
I think it was a month.
Yeah, but it still felt like you had 3 people running around.
I think
At
Amber
all
Heard
times.
should have died.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like Blue said, I think the remake improves on a lot of things from the original. But like we already discussed, it kind of drops the ball from time to time with things here and there.
Yeah.
But overall, I agree with Blue. It's a good movie, definitely.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's one of those remakes no one expected nor asked for. But it definitely is one of the better remakes that has been released for the past 20 years. So
it's basically taking the old concept and putting it in a more modern setting. Like, not extremely modern, but a bit more modern.
I mean, like, I would say this one thing I really appreciated about this movie is the fact that So in the original, I believe the kid is like what? She's 8 or something. Like she's
no, she's 16 or 17, I think.
What?
But the actress was like fucking old was she? Like 20, 21?
Huh.
There is a nude shower scene in the original, so they had to have an adult actress playing a younger character.
The more you know. Because I wanted her to be like 8 or something. Like that was that was what I remember. Maybe I mixed it up with Halloween part.
Isn't the kid
5?
in the Stepfather 2 like 10 or something? 12
Yeah.
perhaps?
Yeah, it's like one of them were like a smaller kid, like under the age of 16, I want to say.
Yeah, you might mix it up with Stepfather 2 then, perhaps.
Yeah, because like something I appreciated. I mean, it might also be like that the like Michael is, well, a guy. I guess that might be it. And maybe the part that I have a huge crush on Penn that is playing Michael. Maybe that might be it. Because he was like
Maybe.
in his early 20s in this movie. But yeah, no, like I don't know. I appreciate Michael more than any of the kids in the original trilogy. Yeah, okay, I can actually speak. Yeah. I don't know. It's something about him. It's like I appreciate him more. Or maybe it's because I watched the movie like 7 times.
Unlike the other like children in the other movies, he is less manipulated and trusting of the father, because the other ones at some point did trust him.
Yeah.
Because they like met him almost same time as the mother.
Yeah.
What? In the point of the relationship, we get to see everything. The child has already acquainted themselves with him, but in this movie, we come in at the same time as the kids does in the relationship.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm sorry, but who the fuck gets engaged after 6 months of knowing someone?
Yeah. Another thing that I picked up on is that like this version of the stepfather is more touchy-feely than the earlier one. The earlier one was like very traditional. It's like no good touch until marriage.
Yeah.
And this one were more open to it, which feels like he's old-fashioned in some ways, but then not in others, which feels a bit contradictory. But such as humans, but it feels very odd for him to be that way at the same time.
Yeah,
it's part of his
like,
character.
Considering like how the original we're not sleeping together until we're married and whatnot, then yeah, no. Even though like he is definitely contradicting himself with, oh, you kids should not be having sex even though they're well over the age that it's legal to do so. But he is like, yeah, no, I'm still gonna bang your mom.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, in that sense, I definitely like the original better.
I feel like they did it simply to like annoy Michael. And to put it in a ship in Michael by having him hear his mom get banged.
or it might be like a little bit, what's it called, like, oh, parents should be like, oh, kids shouldn't be having sex because they're blah blah blah, and oh, you might get pregnant. Oh no.
Yeah. You shouldn't do it because A, B, and C.
Yeah. And then I don't know.
What I know in the original, you got the prologue when he, changed his appearance, and you get to see his latest victims, of course. But do you guys think that was necessary in this remake? I mean, for newcomers to the franchise, it might be good, but at the same time, if they skipped the prologue and you just got to see him meeting Susan and everything, and they get hooked up, and then you get to see him progress into this maniac, because straight from the beginning you get to see him, as for what he is. So there's really no suspense about the character, really. He's a fucking maniac.
I feel like they included it because it's a very iconic scene about the stepfather.
Yeah.
And
But do you guys think that the movie could have worked better or worse, or if the scene wasn't in there? I mean,
I would say like this, like up the body count, because I mean, yeah, they talk about like, oh, we suspect that this man has killed so and so families, and I think it's like 2 families or something. I believe like the original, he has, by the time we like start to follow him, I believe he has killed 4 or 5 families.
I can't remember. I haven't seen it since we reviewed it.
Yeah, I can't remember either, but I would say like, if you up the body count and then like put on the news that, oh, we are suspecting this man that is so and so for killing X, Y, and Z many families, rather than just like 1 or 2, because that's kind of meh. And like the sketch they did of him, he looks nothing like what's his face?
David.
Yeah, like David. Yeah, it's like it's so bad.
Yeah, that sketch artist should have get fired or something.
Yeah.
It was a really bad sketch of him.
Like every time they're like pulling it up, like, oh, it looks like David. No, it doesn't.
No.
Very much not.
It looks like a kindergarten kid tried to draw their dad, but fucking failed and drew the mail carrier man and I don't know, the grocery attendant or whatever together. It's not, no, it's not David. It isn't. Something I also reacted to, like their like how he goes from 1 to 100 from nowhere, telling like the child off because the kid isn't listening to his mom, and he basically grabs his neck from nowhere. Like I'm sorry, but what? To me, it doesn't make sense. Like, he's supposed to be this like, oh, pretty cool, chill guy, and then bam! And then he goes back to being this pretty chill guy that...
Didn't the stepfather in the original 3 movies have some scenes like that as well? I'm trying to remember.
I felt like the scenes that were in the original ones were like they stepped up it more, where like he tried to be sensible and like fun play dad, and when that didn't work, it went that way. Such as in the scene where like he tried to get in the second one, where he tried to get the kid to walk. He were like, hey, come on, do it, yeah. And then he went like, fucking move.
that is a great recap.
Because that's kind of how I remember it, to be honest.
I remember one scene from the first movie after I can't remember why he does it, but he goes down to the basement and he just fucking goes at it with a hammer or something on some wooden plank or something, and he's so fucking pissed, and he just stands down
Yeah.
there and screams.
Yeah, but in that way he hid it, and he just went
Yeah.
ham when no one was looking.
Mm.
And that kind of makes sense because he's his good feel dad, but he has all this anger that he doesn't let out,
Yeah.
even though he would want to, in order to keep his face.
Yeah.
And it's one thing to like hide it and then blow up, because that's kind of how people do when they bottle up their emotions. And one thing and go from like gradually get madder when things doesn't work out the way you want them to. Kind of like how the whole story arc goes. Like things slowly but surely doesn't go the way he wants it to, and slowly but surely he gets worse and worse. At least in the first ones. That is kind of the way he reacts to the children as well in the first ones, I would say. Compared to like this one where the mother tells him like twice, turn it down, and he just goes directly there like show cold on the back of the neck like turn it fucking down.
Yeah.
And it would have been one thing if he like told the kid to turn it down himself and he didn't answer him, and then he did it.
Yeah.
It would make more sense.
Yeah.
Where he had this like happy-go-lucky dad face like, hey chap, turn it down. He doesn't do it. I told you.
Yeah, that would definitely have made way more sense than him basically just flipping the fuck out of nowhere and being...
Yeah, now when you're talking about it, I didn't really reflect over it, but yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's kind of how his character is. Like, he has this dad approach, and when thing doesn't go that way, he goes ape.
Yeah. Monkey.
He goes monkey. But Zombie, what are your thoughts about the movie? You haven't really said your piece.
Well, I think that the first movie has a certain place in my heart, which is why I don't dislike this movie, but the first one has a place in my heart that this one cannot replace, even though it has better aspects of things. And I think the main reason why it has a special place is because of O'Quinn and his dad performance, because that is the centerpiece of the Stepfather movies, is the stepfather himself. And that is
It's almost
what
like the
most
movie is
people...
named Stepfather.
Yeah, and that's what the movie revolves around. And that's what you're mostly focused on. Maybe that and the kid realizing. And so I do agree on the points that has been said throughout this like whole thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, but the first one. But what about the first one?
So it's like, this movie fucking sucks. But yeah, okay. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I think the original movie is okay for what it is. Terry O'Quinn is, of course, the best aspect of the original two movies. My favorite Stepfather movie is still Stepfather 2 because how fucking bonkers it is. But yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from.
But yeah, this one is very close second to the first one to me, due to the fact that it does some things differently than the first one, which works the way they do it, and just the way the second father, which is why I will call him, tries to get closer to Michael by helping him like school wise to get into the swimming thing felt like a good move for the stepfather to make, which is like, I don't think the original one did anything like that.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it
And
was
that-
like more focus in the original on the mother and like I want to get married ASAP and that's it.
Yeah.
It's like the kids are collateral damage at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Oh, so did you guys also think about this? They're like, oh, Michael is an unruly kid and blah 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 blah, and oh, he did so many bad things, so he gets sent to,
Military school.
yeah. But when
Yeah.
we see Michael, he's just like, I exist.
Yeah, and it's like, you didn't see him how he was before. All the lies, all the things, all the bad people he talked to, like, then maybe show some of it. Have some
Yeah.
of the, like, bad influences of his life return and try and persuade him. Like, let's do it how we used to.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I turned a new leaf. And then the dad goes like, yeah, these are bad influences on my new son. Let's murder them.
Yeah,
keep him on
that
the
would
good
have
path.
actually made the movie a little bit better. Like, up the body count a little bit with showing, like, Michael's friends dying.
Yeah, and it's like, oh no, now I feel terribly guilty for their murder because my dad did that in order to, like, help me.
Hmm.
But at the same time, you psychotic killer, I'm gonna kill you. A kind of like mix of that.
That's actually not a bad fucking idea,
Yeah.
actually, because
Like-
the movie gets a little bit talky at times,
Oh, definitely.
without much going on. Really, it's just them talking to each other.
Yeah.
So I was thinking while I was watching it, what man they could have trimmed down this with like 5-10 minutes if they put in a couple of more bodies in there.
They could have.
Yeah.
They could have even brought back one of the like earlier kills by having him do like something car related, where I think he either blew up a car or like had it run down a hill or something after brutally murdering the victim to make it look like an accident.
He killed a guy with a 2x4 and put his body in a car and rolled it down a hill down into
Yeah,
a lake, I think.
Yeah, I think it was the teenage girl's therapist.
Yeah, you might be right, because he was on his tail.
Hmm.
Yeah, due to the girl's like suspicions and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that's how he tried to like get closer to her by removing her emotional support and trying to become the emotional support.
Yeah, exactly.
So like they could have done something like that where you had like the kids roll by in their car like, hey, let's do some fun things, let's do some vandalizing or
Yeah, let's do
whatever
some
kids do.
drugs.
Yeah. And he's like, no, I don't want to be sent back to this school. Like, you used to be so much fun. Yeah, the military school does this to you.
Yeah.
And they would be like, who was those kids? You shouldn't hang out with them if you want to have a good career. Kind of thing, because he has this underlying thing throughout the whole movie where, like, you shouldn't go back to military school now, would you?
Yeah.
And he could say something like that, even though Michael is well aware of that, at least in this one case.
Yeah. I mean, they could have upped a lot of things much better by small things like that.
And adding more past, like some more backstory to the characters more than just talking about it.
Yeah, because like even if we all agree that the movie's pretty good, they could make it better by not making the characters paper thin, technically speaking.
Yeah, because through those friends, we could get an idea like, oh, Michael was like them, like by the way they act. Oh, so that's why he was sent to military school.
Yeah.
Not this, like, very calm but cautious dude.
Yeah. Because he comes across as, alright, pretty cool. Like, he cares about his sibling. He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. And you see none of that, like, rebellious anything. You just see a guy paranoid.
Yeah, and something I thought about a little bit is, so they have a sister that basically, she exists, but no one gives a shit about her.
I honestly forgot she existed till now.
Oh, Susan's sister.
No. The boy's sister. They actually have a sister. Michael has a little sister.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, like, they never show or talk about her other than dinner time when she runs to dad.
Yeah. And I think she...
They could have cut that character out completely and it hadn't done anything to the movie.
No, like, really, it wouldn't.
It's like, what's it called? Oh yeah. No, it's like the dinner scene, and she talks about, like, someone dying or something, and that's, like, all she does. It's like, oh, okay then, great character.
They
So
could have given that line to another character and cut her out completely.
They
But wasn't that the girlfriend talking?
No, that was the daughter. That's why the mother basically tells her to, like, okay, yeah, that's not dinner talk, and then they change subject.
Oh yeah.
They could have given that line to the little brother instead, because that is definitely something a brother would talk about.
Yeah.
And like, especially like at his age. Anyways, yeah.
Should we give the movie a rating, perhaps?
Yeah, let's.
The time is 9. Or whatever. My rating will be a 7 out of 10. I went back and checked my rating for the original. It was 5 out of 10. So I think this movie is slightly better than the original.
Yeah.
Excluding Terry O'Quinn's performance.
Yeah. Well, I get to see Penn Badgley's nipples.
10 out of 10.
It reminds me of Felix recenserar. If you have this one thing, so it gets 10 out of 10.
Yes. For those who are not Swedish, he is a as we call it in Sweden, a reservdansk. He is
reserved Danish.
Yeah. Jokes aside, he reviews Swedish movies of all genres down under in our banana land.
And most of them are shit.
Yeah. But yeah, Penn Badgley's nipples gives this movie a 10 out of 10. No, but besides that, I get to see him pretty naked. I would say, honestly, like 6 out of 10. It's pretty good. It's no. 6 out of 10. There are better movies to put on a Sunday night, but this one is still pretty good.
Yeah.
Zombie, your rating?
And For my rating, I will give a pretty similar to Blue. I will give it a 6 out of 10. I don't remember what I gave the original one, but I will stand by this.
Yeah, I don't remember what I gave the original one either.
And I will simply say that if it is under a 6 out of 10 on the original, I will overrule my original rating of the original and make it higher than this.
Give it 10 out of 10.
Like a 7, maybe.
Alright, so do we
But yeah.
have any trivia?
Background. Yes, we have.
Okay, someone else is having a stroke for once. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've been working for 8 hours, so. Okay, background. The budget was $20 million, and it grossed worldwide about $31.2 million. So it was a semi-success, I kind of guess.
I mean,
So-
they made back what they put out and a little more.
Yeah. So if they had done a sequel, I wouldn't have been surprised at all.
No.
This remake, as well as the original movie, is and was loosely based on the crimes of mass murderer John List, who were a New Jersey accountant who murdered his family on November 9th, 1971 and disappeared. He was finally found and apprehended nearly 18 years later in Virginia on June the 1st, 1989, living under an alias when his neighbor recognized him on America's Most Wanted, America Fights Back, and reported it to the police. I can't remember if I talked about that
No,
fact
you
on
didn't.
the original.
I
Okay.
would have remembered that.
Yeah.
Okay. Terry O'Quinn, who we have been talking a lot about on this episode, who portrayed the stepfather in the first 2 installments of the series, was approached by director Nelson McCormick to appear in the remake in a cameo role. But according to producer Mark Morgan, O'Quinn turned down the offer. Unfortunately, it would have been cool to see him, in a quick, small role.
Yeah. Maybe as another dad.
I mean,
Yeah.
it could have been. Honestly, something that would have been nice. Having him as the quote unquote crazy neighbor. That would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
Yeah.
The filming was completed on April 15th, 2008. It was rumored that the original drafts of the screenplay included the Stephanie main character being reintroduced. However, Jill Schuland, who played that character in the original, the teenage daughter, having retired from acting, was not approached for a reprisal of the role as they felt she would have declined. Kimberly J. Brown was a considerable candidate, with Neve Campbell or Courtney Cox taking over the role of Susan, due to the success of the Scream franchise. However, the development of the story met several changes, and these ideas were dropped in favor of the final product of a gender swap. What do you guys think if Neve Campbell or Courtney Cox had done the role as Susan?
I would have actually liked seeing Courtney Cox after her appearance in Scream. I definitely think she would have done well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Neve Campbell would have done a really good job as well.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see both takes.
Yeah.
But you can only choose one.
Yeah.
Hard decisions.
A scene in the trailer in which a buzzsaw swings back and forth a few inches away from a character's face was cut for pacing reasons. Why? But it had already been used in multiple advertising materials before it was trimmed from the final release.
Nice. Good choice.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Sarcasm.
Oh. It flied so high over my head.
Yeah, like, nice, good choice. You dunce yourselves there.
The film.
Joseph, look at Discord.
Okay. One moment. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The film was distributed by Screen Gems and was released in cinemas on October 16th, 2009. Sony Pictures Home Entertainment has released the film to DVD and Blu-ray on a special unrated director's cut containing a few more special features and depicting each death in the film in a more graphic tone. And the last thing I got here is that this movie is the second Screen Gems PG-13 horror remake to be written by J.S. Cardone after the release of the Prom Night remake from 2008.
How about that?
That was the last thing I had.
Cool, sir, bro.
Yeah. Well, then, in that case,
What's the next pick?
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's August pick.
And he is not here, as you all may have noticed.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
But-
working.
Yeah, but he told me what his next pick will be, and it's a 2014 movie called Tusk.
Okay.
Wait.
Would
Did
you-
you say Tusk or Husk?
Tusk, Tusk.
No, fuck no. I'm not rewatching that. Fuck no. No.
Yeah, so you've seen it before.
I have.
Okay,
I've
I
heard
didn't
about
know
it.
that.
So, for those who don't know, about, I want to say 4 to 5 years ago, I watched 600 movies in 6 months. And on that list, I watched Tusk. I am never rewatching that piece of garbage. No.
So, next... So you heard it here, folks. Blue will not be on the next episode.
Yeah, no, I will not.
Apparently not.
No.
Okay, I've never seen Tusk, so I don't. I know
Me
what it
neither.
is about, but I've never
I
seen
don't.
it. So
Yeah, no, like, I'm not gonna spoil anything. I can give my opinion of the movie in 2 episodes. So I'm not watching that shit.
okay. I will tell Oggy that later on. And we are playing out with Filter Happy Together on this episode.
Neat. Well then, in that case, it is time to say goodbye to the good people.
Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for the subs and everything.
Yeah, goodbye, good people. Thank you for listening, and hopefully we'll hear from you in the next video.
Goodbye, good
Episode.
people. And hey, don't forget to press the little subscribe button. And hey, maybe even if you feel up for it, tell us what you think about a movie. Goodbye, good
Yeah.
people.
Bye bye.
Bye.
And you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it has to be.